Hey everyone, Arthur Fantastic here for part 2 of Lesson and Exploits, episode 2. We are talking about KC Kickback 2. We've got on the screen KC 45 in Dubai on April 20th. At the time of this recording, that's in a couple weeks. So, definitely looking good for that card, and that promotion is on its way up. It's going to be great. I know that there's some kind of cryptocurrency big conference there, as well as coinciding with the following card in May, which will be in Austin. All that aside, we have to still talk about, which I make sure I've got this muted. Yeah, we still got to talk about the pit submission portion of the card, which I was pretty good with the picks. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Um, we've got this first match, Krethelston versus Worthen. He's the favorite for a reason. Krethelston, Krethelsten, Krethelstein, Krellin. Who is this? Oh, that's Arroyo. We see got Arroyo still. Arroyo is still. I fast forwarded several minutes. Arroyo is still in the ring after headbutting Alvi. Maybe that also gave him a concussion. Fast forwarding. It looks just like such a good time over there. It definitely looks like something that is enjoyable. We'll watch this match in full speed. These matches are not as long. We will watch the women's match in a little bit faster speed, but this will be, I think, a little bit shorter, if I'm not mistaken. Troy Worthen, looking like he's in shape. Definitely a game competitor. Ethan Krellenston, practicing Mexican ground karate over at B Team. Here we go. Match starts. Okay, look like they're going to do a little wrestling. Krellenston with a little bit of a snap down and a circle out. He's fighting for underhooks. It's a little bit shallow, but it looks very Greco-Roman. He must be really working his wrestling. Looking real good. Nice snap down right afterward. Working the collar tie. Neutral right now, going back and forth. Oh, double inside. Now, he's going for the underhook. He doesn't want to get kind of like, what do they call that? Hooked in that bad weak underhooks. Like you don't want it. They'll just jerk that and rip that bad boy, and that is all she wrote. Not saying that Troy Worthen's that type of competitor, but it's not something you want to be lackadaisical about. Nice. Okay. Oh, going for our double unders and putting pressure down into a sprawl. Okay. No, we're still standing right into a collar tie, snap down from the other component. He's moving back into the wall. He's retreating a little bit. Maybe you can get. He's backing up a little bit, maybe to get him. Oh, okay, right into a double leg there. There you go. But Krellenston's on top. He's got that head control. He's looking to circle around. He's got the seat belt. Worthen still gripping the leg, working a single on the outside. Ooh, okay, we're in like a Peterson almost situation. No, he's got back. He's trying to keep his back against the ground. He's tried to circle through and spin, but that didn't work. He should be fighting the leg over the other leg to keep him in dog fight, as I mentioned earlier, referenced it. Looks like he's got back. He's gone down to controlling one hip. Now he's got top side anaconda, and he's working. What was in the Nelson? Oh, here we go. Switching to top. Looks like he's switching. Nope. Worthen is trying to base out onto all fours. He's fighting on the inside of that hook. Nice. Ethan's on top, harassing the face, looking for the choke. Worthen's kind of stuck. Yeah, there you go. He's using his hook, trying to fight this body triangle he's in apart. Spun, tried to spin to all fours, didn't work out. He's on back now. He's on top, but he's still. Oh, this might be it. This is the new thing that everybody's talking about in the grappling pages I see on YouTube that I'll be referencing soon in one of my newer videos. Um, oh, here we go. This might be it. Looks like that's in deep. And there's the tap. Of course, Ethelstein. Ethan Krellinston is going to win. That everybody was expecting him to. He's definitely at the high level. Troy Worthen though keeping him on his feet for a while. And showing good technique. It's just that he was already in a very much favorable position when we landed, and then it just was from there. You had to. He was fighting a losing battle. Continuing here with Gracie versus Cavalcante. Once again, Gracie is the favorite, not for no reason. He's definitely got the name. Cavalcante, an MMA legend in his own right. Obviously not the favorite. He does run a school in South Florida, over in Deerfield Beach. Fight Sports, in fact, Deerfield. This match is also not that long. Let's get to it. Run it at normal speed. We're going to run the women's match a little bit faster because it went the length of the time. Smells his breath because he's like, I am drunk. Not joking. All right, here, let's get that. Here we go. Meeting in the middle. Cavalcante a little bit more stocky. Gracie a little bit more taller, lanky. Cavalcante jumping for a guillotine. Gets slapped to the ground. Gracie, he jumps for a guillotine. Jump. Oh, it's high. It's tight. I don't know how this ended. I don't remember anymore. Wow, it's looking bad. Cavalcante kind of stuck in there a little bit, but he's going to get his arm out. Pinned up against the corner of the match. There's no way that he's going to be holding on to this. It doesn't look too tight. Climbing his leg up. There you go. Popped out. Fighting for top position. Gracie on top. You don't want a Gracie on top of you. They feel like 1,000,000 pounds. They're jutsu. They're 1,000,000-pound jutsu. There's the shoulder pressure on the face. This is debilitating. You have to get out of that position by an explosion or getting your hands out, bucking. There's a million things, but it's hard when you have a Gracie on top of you. He's got a lockdown, sort of. Cavalcante's kind of got a lockdown on Gracie, once again, who's on top. It's not a good one. He's going to want to press up into the ribs and do a whip up and then get a better position on the lockdown. His lockdown position is not good. He's not in a good position at all. But then again, he has the crushing pressure of him on top. Gracie just working for that underhook. Cavalcante breaking his opening up and then closing up again. Not really active with his legs when he's using that lockdown. Really want to be active when you're using your lockdown. Take that from me, the person who doesn't compete. Haven't competed in a while, at least. Sorry. Gracie based out. Turning his leg over on his side, basically nullifying any kind of tension that might be. Oh, man, accused of whacking Walmart. Okay. Got to put on Do Not Disturb again. Jeez, I forgot about that. Okay, he was basing out so that, just to show, he's basing out so that, and turning on his side so that he can neutralize a lockdown. He's basically passed. You can see people clapping because this is basically passed all the way through. We can... Right here.
For Gracie, but I would like to see the referee impart a sense
Right about
of urgency
there.
to them.
He's basically...
Yeah. He's connected his hands now.
Yeah, he wants to give him some urgency there. It does need to be an urgency. I think the only way to really, guys, excuse me, a Karate Combat, you guys really, if you want to create urgency, then have there be a pinning rule. If you get pinned, then you lose, or you get like best of 3 matches. If someone's pinned, it's going to be like this, and this isn't exciting. Their pinning is a significant technique. There's a reason why if you pin in wrestling, you win. All right, there was a little bit of explosion. Gracie just controlling and riding this wave of him trying to get out. He's trying to turn belly out, get out on some way. He just rode on top, secured back. Here we are. He has already top side anaconda. So he doesn't have it closed, but he has it on the top side, which is important. That's where a lot of the meta is going on with in terms of where what hip we want to control, where we want to close our legs. We want to close the top side and control the arms. We see Gregor literally trying to control both arms, searching for a choke. This is what you're doing for. Oh, and here we go. This is once again, this is the position that everybody's going for since it happened in big competition recently. As soon as a person tries to fight high on that on their rear naked choke defense, he's gonna pull that elbow. You see, he has that elbow right there, and he's gonna pull the elbow apart, and boom. It's like we'll go slow real quick, and we'll pause it when we get to the extension. He gets that elbow, he puts it against his chest, and he pulls. Boom. There is oh man, I gotta click it again before I can use this brush. There is a lot of tension right there. He's pulling across the shoulder, the pec. Where else do you feel the pain when I'm do that move when you pull that shoulder apart?
The lats.
The lats, also in the back. It's I feel it mostly in my pec. Maybe that's where it's the tightest. I don't know, but I also feel it in my shoulder. It is actually brutal when yeah, I just need to go back one more time. You'll see here that one of the defenses to stopping. Oh, maybe even I have to press it one more time back. I'm sorry, guys. One of the defenses you'll see to defending this choke is here, right here. See, Gregor is already setting up by hugging it with his arms, but Cavalcante probably feels safe right here because when you bring your shoulder up, you are now safer from the choke. It's hard to get that arm between a squeezed neck that's pressed up against your shoulder. But however, this not new technique, but rather this new meta of catching this arm and then bending it back, as we're about to see once again, is pretty brutal. There we go. Controlling Cavalcante is Gracie. Top side right now, just moving, manipulating the arms, threading underneath that left arm now. He feels safe. He's not really sure. Maybe he's not even sure of this move right now. And boom. I mean, I don't know if he knows or whatever. Maybe he does. Maybe he knew that it was coming. It is on that grappling. I don't know, little sphere right now on YouTube, discussing the metas of what's going on and how to attack the back and how to finish when somebody's doing XYZ. And this was for a long time a a good defense. And it might even still be in certain places. Not with someone on your back and they having such control over your hips, but maybe in a place where you're on top of them with them having your back, and they have less control of your back, then maybe it would be more of a viable defense because there's more room to swiggle out if they're trying to do this. Nonetheless, Gregor takes it. He was once again the favorite for a reason. We're going to put this into double time now to finish this out. 175, right? Because we got to give a little bit of breakdown. I had put my coin on Montana De La Rosa, 4,000 in fact, and I had gone through her page. She's a good wrestler. We'll watch this a little bit, maybe 1.5 speed. Hold on one second here. De La Rosa definitely has a better spatial awareness here in terms of the wrestling game. Robertson moving in there. Rosa with a headlock here, trying to pull her down, snap her down to the ground, chest press her in a sprawl. Fighting hands here, fighting out the hands, this lock here. She falls under, trying to pull guard. De La Rosa tries to lock her hands in for a high elbow guillotine, not working. It's already, she should let it go. Robertson is now riding on top, putting a little bit of pressure with the elbow, it looks like. But she's on both knees, okay. De La Rosa trying to get her off with her legs, gives up on that. Waiting here. De La Rosa got her elbows in. Robertson riding on top. Placing her weight on top, waiting for her bottom opponent to give her something. Looking for a reaction. Moving around here. De La Rosa okay with staying on bottom there until giving. And then there's space. She takes it. She rolls to her knees. If you want a person to have some kind of like you want them to get off their back for there to be more action, then you have to give them an incentive, and that is you lose if you're on your back. Looks like De La Rosa was trying to invert for a false sweep there for a second, but is quickly Robertson quickly moves around it. Robertson loves the elbow rides, riding with her elbow on the face. Okay, Rosa reclaims butterfly guard, traps her up with a rear naked style grip, trying to move onto some upper body attacks from her guard. A little bit sloppy. Did not have any control, just kind of threw her legs up there. This isn't an MMA match where you can kind of do that sort of thing. She holds on to that double wrist lock too long, but Robertson cannot take advantage here. Let's run it back. This could have been a good move, but instead of using that double wrist lock and shoving it in her crotch area there, put right into her thigh, she kind of was just holding the double wrist lock Kimura. Okay, now we are in De La Rosa's in bottom half guard, fighting hands on her side, as you should be. You don't want to be on your back, trying to pin the arms back. She's going for another double wrist lock or Kimura. Robertson is fighting the hands and trying to put her weight down now, using her shoulder. She's got head control and an underhook on the same side as the leg, so it's going to be a little bit easier to pass on that side. She's once again turning her leg out, getting on her side, building her leg up, so it's a little bit harder to actually keep that guard on her legs. Staying up here, pressing down with her shoulder. All right. De La Rosa reaching inside, trying to claim some space on the inside, maybe reclaim guard. De La Rosa working the shoulder crunch, gives it up. Robertson climbing her hands, climbing her hips, climbing her feet, just all over, moving forward. De La Rosa trying to reclaim some type of guard. This would be a good time to try to slip down and take deep half, but Gillett Robinson has upper body control right now. Hand fighting here, keeping themselves safe. De La Rosa trying to claim some quarter guard, still holding it with their legs. Robinson trying to make space by controlling the legs, breaking them apart. De La Rosa using her thighs to keep that quarter guard. It's still something. Keeping that is something. That's a battle that she's still fighting, and I appreciate that she's still fighting that battle. Robertson trying to pry apart the top and bottom portions of the body. Riding on top here. De La Rosa not allowing it, kind of mummying up here. Fighting for head control now. Ooh, look at that. There you go. Face palm pressure. That was nice. No elbow rides anymore. Full mount. De La Rosa putting some pressure on the hips to try to take some space, maybe reclaim guard. Here we go, a little bridge. Nowhere. Robertson still climbing on top. De La Rosa got that reinforced grip on the hip. She is bridging, but she's not turning or reclaiming anything. But then again, Robertson is doing a good job of just keeping her weight down and riding. She's turning. She's trying to reclaim something. Robertson is, I believe, has some control of quarter guard again. We're just fighting here for a long time. She's got that arm flattening it out. Okay. All right. Jillian Robertson went for a takedown. Montella Rosa sprawled, got head control. Okay, she's sprawling on top. She's settled down into what looks like to be half butterfly guard. Almost full butterfly guard there. She's got one hook in. She's in butterfly guard, open guard. She stood up for passing. Now she's kneeled down into combat. Ooh, Jillian Robertson just pushed her off. De La Rosa's like a dog, attacking it doggedly, getting right back into there. Looks like a half guard knee shield for a second. Now reclaimed into full guard. She's standing up once again to pass. She's putting some pressure down with her knees. Hands down on the ankles. Robertson trying to control on the inside. Circle in with her ankles on the grip. Reclaims full guard once again. De La Rosa settled in full guard once again. Coming up to pass. Looks like almost a pressure passing situation, but she's not riding any of the legs to pressure pass. So she's just kind of hips, controlling the wedge. Oh, she came back up. Trying to push forward. Jillian Robertson immediately pushes her hips out and extends, putting pressure with the head. Robertson putting her feet on the hips. This is a very good lesson for the karatekas too. Where she putting her feet on the hips and getting her way and just giving herself to get away has been a very interesting tactic to delay the other person from attacking. Something that karatekas should try to do, especially when they're trying to stand back up and fight. Great match. I don't know why this match went specifically to Robertson. I guess there was more attempts for her in terms of submission. I think that De La Rosa. When was it? What is it? Here you go. Yeah. I feel like if it goes to the last round, I feel like they could do 10th Planet overtime where you go for like a shootout. I think I will be making a proposition on the Karate Combat board for, instead of it being one 15-minute round, being maybe 3 whatever minute rounds, best of 3, pin or submission, and then if there's a tie for some reason, like one round goes all the way, no decision, sudden death round, something like that. Oh, but the women did great. De La Rosa did her best. I thought she did a good job. I guess that Jillian Robertson was on top a little bit longer. Are we doing ride time? Not really sure how we are judging it at all. Great match. Next Karate Combat is going to be in Dubai, looking amazing. Look, they're already setting up for another match here for the local crowd with local fighters, and that's so awesome. I would support that. I would watch that too. I want to know their names. I want to see them fight, and they're cutting it off early, and people are staying there. Look, there's the fighters there, and I just think that they did such a great job with everything over at Karate Combat in Cancun. I think they did a good job with the locale, the fighters, keeping things exciting. Man, look how big the number of people that were watching. The fights were great. The only letdown was that Sam Alvey thing. If we're gonna separate the cards of the pit combat submission, maybe do that first instead of last, unless they're trying to test how well they're doing in the market. Well, let me tell you, they're pulling a lot of people. That's what a lot of people in the chat rooms are actually talking about. Why not put it in the maybe after the main the pre card or something, maybe in the middle. I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there. I don't think that that I'm just gonna pause this now. I don't think that they have to necessarily. Well, let me get the KC when the next KC is coming up. Yeah, it's over here. I don't think that they necessarily could do anything about Alvi. And I don't think that anything is necessarily wrong with how they're setting it up. I just feel like after the main event, you know what I mean? You don't want to have more things. It's almost like saying that like these are your main events. And you know, I don't want to downplay the fighters and the karatekas. But that being said, I love the grappling matches. Once again, they weren't that long. We covered all of them within a very short amount of time. We watched two of them in normal time, one in speed. And it's something to understand and work into your repertoire, not just as a karateka, but as a full martial artist. And MMA fighters alike should also get the inner workings and mechanics of what's happening and try to stay up with what is the current meta, because it's the current meta for a reason. It works. These matches were great. The main card, the preliminary card was great. Once again, I think the location looks awesome. I had a good time watching it with my family. I liked the recommendation, uh, like give people your link thing they got going on to recommend and get more tokens. More people get more tokens by getting these referral links. If you would want one, just go ahead and message me on my social media or link you, like, let me know who you are in the Discord. I'm in the Discord, guys. Join the Discord. That's where you want to be at for that karate combat information. That all being said, once again, I think the lessons for the pit submission portion of the matches is you're going to want to go with the pro grapplers. They're just a specialist. A specialist is going to win in their specialized area. As for the Jillian versus Montana fight, I think that showed that if there isn't a incentive for there to be activity on your back, there's going to be lulls in the action, and there's ways to fix that, which I will hope once again to propose on the Karate Gov page. Also, we want to know what the judging credentials is for that. We're putting token on it. Finally, there should be a sudden death for those matches. If there isn't a sudden death for the karate combat matches, I love the 10th Planet style of start in spiderweb or back. That, I think that's a great way. Or we can go what I was suggesting, which I will put in the gov. I mean, if we're gonna go full sport round by round, why does it have to be one 10-minute round? Why not multiple long, like, decent length rounds? We'll see. We'll suggest it. We'll see what's going on, especially when we see the meta right now is a lot having to do with wrestling and leg locks. I think that one long 10-minute round isn't really enough for a person to give a good showing. So multiple rounds, best of 3, kind of like karate. Kind of like Street Fighter, kind of like, video game fighter games that I feel like the karate combat is trying to emulate. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. Thank you to all my subscribers. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Once again, if you want to support me, Arthur Fantastic on Cash App. I'll put it on the screen now. Arthur Fantastic. Yes, that's right. The Arthur Fantastic. $ Arthur Fantastic. If you want to support what I'm doing here, subscribe, share this material, tell your friends, go to the top of your house, put your phone on Bluetooth to the largest speakers you can, put it on 100 decibels, let everybody hear it. So, please don't do that, and don't blame me. Lessons and Exploits, Episode 2. Thank you for listening. Arthur Fantastic. Stay up, stay locked and loaded, stay vigilant. Shalom, shalom. Peace in.